Welcome to Coffee Time, the internet show where three lifelong friends enjoy a cup of coffee or tea while discussing anything and everything, what the word says about it, what the world says about it. Let's get brewing. Andrew and Evan, how you guys doing?
I'm doing well. Evan is holding up a beautiful little figurine.
Aww.
I like him a lot.
Thanks.
Beautiful.
One of the many things that I have sitting over here.
Dude.
Oh, Harmony Bear. Yes.
Care Bear.
Oh, and this sick guitar
wow.
pick.
Bro, what?
Wow.
That's sick.
That's actually beautiful.
I'm pretty sure maybe that's not true. I think I was at a concert and I grabbed someone's pick. I don't think this is the one. But
Oh, well, that's
wow.
still cool, though. I did find a really cool looking, or a really sweet little guitar shop downtown.
Ooh.
When Andrew gets out here, we might have to go walking downtown because it's pretty cool. There's a place called Fancy Grocery, which is like a super fancy coffee shop, and they sell
Groceries?
like really, really nice clothes. It's really sick.
Oh.
But anyways, hello everybody. I just ate an orange. We're drinking some tea. There's no recipe today. There's no loose leaf update today. There's no diet art today. We just made it to the end of Blue. It's been an awesome season. I think we've grown very much. I'm just going to talk about that in a little bit. It's been really cool to grow through the season with you guys, experiment on some new stuff. Andrew produced some music. I learned a lot about editing. And Evan's hosted some sick episodes. So it's been an awesome season. We don't have a recipe today because this is most likely going to be a pretty short episode. It's kind of just closing out Blue. We're going to discuss how did we get to Blue, how we grew in Blue, and then we'll kind of talk about the next season, which is Green. We're going to talk about kind of the vision of Green. There will definitely be some changes in Green, which will be very experimental, but pretty stoked to get into that. We don't have much of a loose leaf, but how are you guys doing? Good.
Good.
Okay.
good. Finally working
All right.
regular hours. So
Nice. I bet that's
Yay.
nice.
Okay. That is great. I'm working the most irregular hours.
Yeah, Andrew's schedule's wacko.
Yeah. It's a little schizo.
Yeah. Also, actually, I don't need to even address this. This episode's going to be so far. I was going to talk about the late recipe video from last week's episode. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, I think we're just going to hop right into it.
Let's go.
How in the world did we get here in not even a numbered season? It's a color all of a sudden. I think we explained that in the very beginning of Blue, so I don't necessarily need to go over that. But Coffee Time kind of started out as a project. Originally, okay, I was like, we'll start the project. It's super easy to become a popular podcast. Super easy. We'll just start it up. We'll get celebrities on the show. We'll make drinks for them. We'll have conversations. That was like the original idea of Coffee Time. Obviously, the concept of Coffee Time is a lot more meaningful now, and has a lot more depth to it than just trying to become famous. So, we really enjoy the creative work behind Coffee Time and all the time that goes into it and all the things we've learned from Coffee Time. We did a few numbered seasons, which were a lot of fun. Actually, some of our most popular episodes actually come from the seasons before Blue, which is funny because Blue we put the most time into. But Andrew made this killer episode called Stupidity. It's our best episode. Had the best conversations in it. But yeah, we worked through a couple seasons with some crazy irregular schedules. not very good editing. That actually sounds bad on you guys because you guys actually edited all the numbered seasons. I'm sorry, guys. I did not mean that as a dig. Okay. We were all learning stuff, but those were great. Those were great episodes. Okay, I take back what I said. Those were great episodes.
Okay.
It was the equipment we were recording on or something. I don't know what it was.
We've upgraded and learned a lot, and Blue has just been like kind of what Coffee Time, or we had discussed a lot of like what we want Coffee Time to really represent, and I feel like Blue was like nailed on the head. What's that called? Hit it on the head, on the nail head.
Hammers. A hammer.
Hit it on the hammer.
I'm onto something. Yes.
So we hit Blue on the hammer, and yeah, we really, I think, represented what we wanted to represent, and which is Jesus Christ. We tried to point back a lot of our topics, if not all of our topics. There's a few goofy episodes in here that were just for fun. Played some games with some friends, which are some of our favorite episodes to do. So those will be returning for sure. But the overall appeal of Blue, which was to have meaningful conversation, I think we kind of hit it on the hammer.
Mm-hmm. The hammer's been nailed.
The hammer's been nailed, dude. We nailed that hammer. We really enjoyed Blue. We're super stoked to get started working on Green. Some of our favorite... I'm speaking for all of us. I'll speak for myself because I don't want to like put words in your mouth. Some of my favorite stuff was the work building up to Blue. So like doing a lot of the cover photos and learning a lot about editing and learning like what styles work really well, and not even the styles that work well, but the styles we really enjoy. So like how we do
and not match cuts.
Yeah, no match cuts. I think we learned that like not taking ourselves seriously is like just enjoying the process and the creativity behind it was like what really worked. Like our recipe videos went from trying to be professional. Andrew made a really great recipe video actually. And
the John Crops.
And then Andrew made a really hilarious video, and we were like, that is us. That's like our style. We're gonna do all of our recipes from then on. So there's a lot of growth in Blue, and we're super stoked to continue the growth. We said in the beginning of the season, we're flying a plane to the moon. I'm pretty sure last time we checked, we were in the stratosphere, so we didn't really make it that far. But we're still going. We're still trying to make it up there. We've gained a lot of new listeners, so welcome, guys, if you're listening to this. I know we don't have a lot, but we really appreciate and are so grateful for the people who are here and have given us their feedback, and we're so glad that you guys have learned some things from the show. That was the goal. We want to reach the people we know, and hopefully, if Lord willing, if we're able to grow some more, hopefully reach the people a little farther out of our, personal relationships. The people we can reach, other sides of the world, different parts of the country, But yeah, Blue's been awesome, so we're super stoked to keep on moving. I'm gonna let Andrew talk a little bit some of the ways we grew in Blue. I know I touched quite a few things, but and then we'll move into some Green vision, what we think Green is going to be like. I say think because things change, especially when you're following the Lord and His plans. Your plans, I would say, almost never really work out the way you think they're going to work out in the exact way you think they're going to work out, because the Lord is guiding you down a path that He wants you down and that He knows is best for you. So it's best to follow that path. So we'll go over what we think Green is going to be. But Andrew, go ahead.
Thank you, Ian. Oh, man. If you really want to see some other prime pre-Blue Coffee Time stuff, I'm just going to plug this real quick. Go check out Season 2. It's probably our best non-numbered season on all your podcast platforms. Spodcasts.
Podcasts. Yep, you can find it on podcast and podcast platforms. Our best season, no doubt.
Yes. Actually, you can only find it on podcast platforms. That's why it's not on podcast platforms.
I think you're right.
Yeah, that's the whole story. Yeah. I have loved Blue. I loved the work, like Ian said, that led up to Blue. We spent a couple months planning and producing things that we would use for the season. Ian made a lot of teasers. He made a really cool one that looked like a magazine cover. We've done things like that. We had a couple of failed videos, which taught us a lot of things. And maybe we'll release that if we're feeling real brave.
Maybe it'll flash in this episode. Check us out on
it'll
YouTube.
Just be boom, right there, right where my finger just was, but just like one frame. So you, but yeah, we had a lot of fun. We really did. This season we grew in several different measures. If you take a look at our Instagram, we put out, in terms of posts, which are on our page, there's 81. That's not including stories. And that's just on our Instagram. Obviously, we have a YouTube video for every single episode. We started doing video in a consistent and effective manner this season.
Yes.
If you've followed our show in past seasons, you know that our video was there. We all have our camera setups now. We had a good streamlined camera setup and video setup, and there were some hiccups along the road, but we really tried to nail that down before we started Blue, because there were times when we would spend hours setting up our setup and it would, yeah. So we improved with the actual recording process. We improved a lot with the editing process. We started using some better programs. If you like doing video editing, go download DaVinci Resolve on a compatible device. I think any sort of computer will work, because it offers a lot to you for free.
Yes.
That's what we used for a lot of things. I've gate-kept this app, but I'm going to give it to you now. For our socials, we improved a lot as well. I use an app called Lit, L-I-I-T, and it has some beautiful ways to edit pictures for free, and you can actually even do color grading in the app. So go check that out. I don't want to gatekeep it anymore. Now it's out there. We use that. I use that for a lot of things. If I were to divide our measures into what we've really improved on, I would say the recording process, the editing process, our social posts and footprint, our conversations, and our goals. So you got it right there on one hand. I already talked about the recording process. That got a lot better.
It's so much better.
We had a content patio in Blue, which I loved. That helped organize our thoughts and helped us be accountable to do research. We had the DIDAR, which also helped with that. And there was just more organization, and you could expect the same thing in each episode. With the editing process, we had the better software. We broke it up a little bit. For the most part, towards the end of the season, it's been mostly Ian and Evan doing the bulk of all the editing.
Mostly Ian.
Because DaVinci stopped working on mostly Ian.
Like 100%.
Yeah. And then we've been doing posts here and there. For the posts, those were a blast. We started making the recipe videos, which we hadn't been doing before. We would talk about what we were drinking, and we would usually all be drinking something different. Mm-hmm. So this season, we started to make a recipe, design it for the episode, and then share that with you who are listening, which was a lot of fun. And just like Ian was saying, we started out with like one way and then just ended. This is a little bit more natural for us, which is chaos. But they're enjoyable to watch, and we hope you enjoy them too. On top of that, the style of Blue kind of reflected what we were aiming for the season. Something thoughtful and melancholic, something reflective, something that gives pause when you look at it. And I think if you just scroll through our Instagram, a lot of our posts have done that. Our vision for the show was a little bit broader as well. Before we were doing the podcast, I don't remember what our thought was when we were first doing the podcast. You guys?
Like goal-wise?
Yeah, before Blue, what was like our purpose?
I think our goal was, we actually had this like, all three of us have always had this idea of like, we've always had these creative ideas that we really want to pursue. I developed this board game, and we've got this video game that we want to do, and and just got an animated show, and we have hardly done anything on any of these because Coffee Time has really taken up a lot of our creative time, which I'm okay with. But the idea was, if we can start with something that we love and that we can express our creativity through, this can grow into a larger, I guess, quote on like business that we can produce other creative projects out of. And then I think the process of starting up Blue was like, let's just focus on like reaching people and talking to people and having meaningful conversation, and just like give it some more meaning other than like self-gain.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I think that's the most important measure in which we've grown. I haven't talked about the music because we can talk about that when we talk about what green will be like. But the most important measure in which we have grown over this season is being intentional with our conversations so that they're beneficial for us who are involved in them and beneficial for those who listen. And we really do hope that there has been some benefit to you who have listened, that you found something interesting, something new, something that struck you and made you think, oh, maybe I need to change this way that I'm thinking about things, or something that made you think, hey, they were wrong there. We need to go and tell them. And you should.
yeah.
That's what the Didar was for. But I appreciated that we took that approach to this season. There was an extra sense of value in our conversations because of it. And that will continue into green. So those are the 5 measures. Our recording, our editing, our socials, our vision, and I forgot the 5th one. All right, let's talk about green.
Okay. So, yeah, we'll talk about a little bit of vision of green. This is going to be a really short episode, guys. We just kind of wanted to cap off the season and give you guys an idea, and a reason to come back for green. So, like Andrew was saying, with the vision of blue, I think that really stemmed. I think honestly that started when Andrew went and came back from Europe. Like, I think he was really moved and grew a lot in that experience, and a lot of that idea came from Andrew, and we were like, let's do that. That is such a great idea. But that vision is definitely coming into green. We wanted to, in blue, we wanted to have a lot of meaning in our episodes, and in green we wanted to do the same, and we actually want to go even deeper in some of our conversation, bringing it back to, what we really believe in, but also going in depth in a lot of topics that we're really passionate about. So we're really going to try and bring that into green, not just talk about things that we think would be popular, things that we think would connect with a broad spectrum of people, but things we're really passionate about, because I think that's very, you can learn a lot from people who really care about what they're talking about. And we want to bring something more to the table with our episodes. So the idea with the green episodes is just deeper meaning, and we're also going to change up the host and who's all on the show between each episode. So we've talked about a little bit, I think probably starting halfway through blue, that Andrew was maybe not even halfway. Andrew's getting ready to move into full-time ministry. He's going on some mission work out here in North Carolina, actually. So Andrew has played such a humongous role in Coffee Time. Will definitely be missed, but he's going to be a lot closer to us. So there are definitely some appearances that he will make, whether that's a full episode, just an appearance here and there. He's definitely gonna. I keep saying definitely, but the best thing is that you could be just captivated by this, new pursuit. So we're hoping that Andrew can come in and do some music with us. We're hoping that he can kind of continue to keep that creative role, because if you guys have heard some of the music we've used in Blue, and coming up, I think we're planning on in the next few weeks, right, that the soundtrack will be officially released. Few weeks, maybe month, I'm not entirely sure. Do you guys have any idea on when that's coming out?
I think it's like a month that delayed it.
Yeah. It's all finished. We just want to tease some stuff, keep you guys in suspense, because Andrew put in little like hanging a treat, from a stick. I don't know. Andrew put in a lot of effort into the music side of stuff, so we're hoping to carry that over into Green, and hopefully, I don't know a whole lot. I know I've learned some. I've written some stuff. We've got some memos for Green. I know Evan's pretty talented in the music side as well, so we're gonna hopefully expand and broaden our music capabilities as well in Green. So we're pretty excited. We're gonna change the style for the music. It's gonna be a lot more raw, a lot more strings, so like guitar, ukulele, drums. Last season, like Andrew said, was very melancholic, thought-provoking. This is gonna hopefully cultivate some change and some growth and reflect that, the changing of the seasons. So that's what we're doing for the episodes. I don't even think actually I got back to the host thing. I think I got a little off track there. Anyways, I got off to Andrew leaving, and then we went into music. So Andrew's going to be leaving, so we're going to be down a host. And we've thought that with an absence of Andrew, there's going to be two of us. And we're thinking that potentially we can have some deeper conversations with one-on-one, some more passionate, deeper conversations. And I think we have a list of guests we'd love to have on, some close friends of ours, even some relatives, that are going to explore some of these topics with us on a one-on-one. It's either going to be me and that guest, or Evan and that guest, or me and Evan, depending on the topic and whether we can find a guest who's passionate and interested in that topic. And we have a topic list right now, but there's a good chance it'll change depending on our guests, how we're feeling that the topic is going to grow and educate and just give some meaning to the listeners. Not meaning to the listeners, but hopefully they'll get something meaningful out of the episode. So there's a good chance that list will change, but there's definitely going to be some changes on the listening experience between hosts and guests, which is a new thing for regular topics, because we're obviously going to have a Green episode, which is games. We're going to have a Friends episode where we have the cast and crew come back on, which is always just a blast. But on the regular episodes of regular topics, we're going to have some new guests. Let's see. So that covers that. Obviously, there's going to be a new look. We're going to have a nice new teaser. We have our blue font flash. We're going to have a green visual for every episode as well. We're going to have new green covers, probably change up some stuff on the socials as well. So keep a lookout for those. We're super stoked to get into the Green season. So I think that kind of covers everything. You guys have anything I missed?
I would ask you each a quick question of what change are you most excited for with the new season coming on?
I would probably say the deeper conversation. I know we had some deep conversation in this. I loved all the topics we went through, but I'm excited to talk about some more topics that we're really passionate about, things we can really deep dive in, whether that's things we really love or things we're like, man, I don't love this thing. Let's talk about it. I love this thing. Let's talk about it. I'm excited for just some new dynamics. So some deeper conversation. I think that's what I'm most stoked about. And the music. I'm super stoked to be involved in the music. I've grown a lot in like music taste and understanding how music works. So I'm super stoked to be a part of that. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Evan?
Yeah, for me, it's probably like the secondary rocket system. I don't know if that's the right word. What's it called when you like give the
Propulsion system.
initial thing and then they drop
Yeah.
off and then they go into the secondary? Yeah, just seeing where we go, get to grow from here. You know, it's been cool to see the growth over the last year, and then, well, over the next year, hopefully it's even more.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I would say it's funny to me that I'll be in North Carolina and I won't be on the show in a greater capacity. That's just funny. Just funny things. It's like Ian was saying earlier. You just gotta hold on loosely. Your expectations will probably get shattered.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing to what capacity and extent we can improve in being a benefit to you who listen, to being someone who can be a few clicks away for you to listen to and can be an encouragement to you if things have been a little rough throughout your day and you need something to focus on other than what's been going on, or you have a little bit of time to rest and you'd like to maybe learn something new. I hope that moving forward into green, well, we can be that. Ultimately, that we can be somebody that you go to because you know that we are going to redirect you to Christ. That's the hope. But I'm looking forward to see how we change as we're moving into green, because it's been a blast and it's been a big part of my life for the past several years, and especially the past year because of how much we've been focused on it. So I'm excited to see the change.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that kind of finishes everything up. We appreciate you guys so much, the few listeners that we do have. I know it's a good chunk of it is people we know. And we're so grateful for you guys for tuning in and listening, and your feedback and just your support helps us to keep going. If we didn't have that support, probably wouldn't be making this episode. We grew a lot through Blue. We love Blue. What a beautiful little colorful child. We're super stoked to move on to green and grow through green and explore some deeper topics. So thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys in the next season.
Thanks for brewing with us.